What up, ladies and gentlemen? Flatline Blades here. A little sticker, a little COA, a little microfiber cloth. I got this on the secondary, and it looks like someone swapped something. Didn't let me know. I'm not crying about it, because I got what I wanted, but it looks like it came with brass, and someone swapped the scale. Anyway, so this is what we got here today. Vero Axon. At first, honestly, I didn't know what to think about it. I mean, aesthetically, it's cool. I like it. It's kind of different. Blade shape, the lines on it. Putting it in my hand the first day or two, it seems slightly slim here in both directions. But I have had it for 3 weeks, maybe 4. And I've literally been rotating about 5 knives, literally almost like clockwork the last 2 months or so. Or last month or so, I should say. The same knives, just rotating them. So I've played with this thing and pocketed it probably 4, 5, 6 times. And I've decided I really like it. It's smooth as butter. It's a front flipper. Drop shut. Because I'm in kind of a weird angle, I don't know. I haven't had that much experience with a front flipper, to be honest with you. But, I mean, it's not like I can't get it. I love how it has these little slits, though. Because that's how I open and close it 90% of the time. Just putting my thumb back there. I don't have to sit there and fool with it. I don't have to make sure my thumb goes into a certain place. It literally just seems like my finger can be anywhere back here and it works. So yeah, I mean, I dig it. I like it a lot. So this one is black, all blacked out, DlC everything. It's M390. I didn't realize this until recently. From what I understand, these things are made by Blackout as well, which means I have a lot of, most of my stuff now is made by Blackout or Best Tech, which is kind of crazy. Just a year or two ago, I was straight up, everything's got to be made in America. Everything I had was basically made in America. It's not like I was knocking anything, but it was part of the reason I could justify spending the more money to have made in America, you know, quality, lifetime warranty stuff, blah, 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 all that. But I'm glad I reevaluated a few things and gave some stuff another chance. And because now I love Chavez, I love stuff from Something Obscene Company, and there's a lot of stuff. Arcane Design, the Arc Form, Vero, like, I guess a lot of stuff's made by that. So, on the scale, let me make sure because it did kind of move on me. 4.41. As far as dimensions go, it's a 3.5 inch blade. Actual cutting edge is probably 3 1/4. And handle length is about 4.5. So, you know, overall is damn near right at 8. I like it. It's basically a full flat grind, and it's not the thickest knife in the world. It's not too skinny either, But I'm just saying, I think most everyday tasks, this thing will be really good, like as a slicer. And I did not see that coming necessarily just glancing at this thing. So most things are actually pretty damn positive with this. And obviously it is all tie, it's a frame lock. Action, I mean, I think it's awesome. It's really smooth, it drops shut. I mean, I'd be cutting myself if I wasn't stopping it with my thumb. It would just be dropping all the way down. Because I'm literally having to get my finger out of the way. But so the ergos are actually a lot better than I was anticipating, because it is pretty flat, but it carries good in the pocket. And this is not as small as some other knives that I've had or held. So I've decided that even though when I first originally put this on my hand that first day, I wasn't necessarily in love with it the first time I put it in my hand, but it's definitely grown on me a lot more. And like, I've decided this is a keeper, and I've gone through a lot of knives, and I've decided I really like this thing for some reason. It's a little aesthetic, it's a little how it operates, it's a little how smooth it is. It's a little because it's a front flipper, and that's kind of new and different for me. But I like it a lot. The clip, you can see how the clip goes all the way down here. So, I mean, you barely got anything that's going to be sticking up out of your pocket. And the clip works really well. Price point, I mean, I think these things go for, since it is all DlC, I'm assuming this would be slightly on the higher end, maybe in the $340 to $370 range. I would say it's worth that based upon what else that I've had in that price point, being all tie, being DlC, comfort in the hand, complete non-movement. There's no wiggle up and down, no side to side. And like I said, if I wasn't getting my finger out of the way, it would just be dropping all the way down right off the bat. So, I mean, I think it's worth the price point. The it factor, I mean, that thing it's pretty plain, but at the same time, somewhat futuristic and cool. I don't know. It's hard to explain like that. There's no rough spots. There's no sharp edges anywhere. Out of the 2 or 3 front flippers I've had, this is probably my favorite one. But like I said, I have not had that many, so I can't sit there and compare it to 10 different front flippers because I haven't had them. And as I'm sitting here looking at my little new checklist that I'm trying to do, I just started trying to do something new. I've pretty much already hit on everything, and I've already said if I was going to keep it or move it. I plan on keeping this thing. It's just crazy that some brands, their resale value or secondary market is all over the place, and some other things are just absolutely skyrocketing. And I've seen these go for pretty cheap recently. But so Action, I'd give it a 8.5. Ergos, I give it a 8. Price to value ratio, I give it a 9. I think it has that it factor, and it's a keeper to me. So it gets my thumbs up. Flatline blades, Vero Axon.